So sorry, I'm not starting overall because I thought the live stream has no sound again, but it has sound. I've checked it. So the beginning is one with you below. If you want to, but I'm a little bit not motivated to say it all again. So I just think the feminine and the priestess that just means lots of work. Showing up as a priestess means I am guiding other people, so I am in the role of supporter. I have a leading role in that workshop. I'm teaching them something. But obviously, they are not more sacred just because they do Tao or Tantric practices, even though it is very beautiful and healthy for them. So I like to go with the word teacher than anything else because they're just teaching me spiritual routines and techniques that they found in online and offline places all around the world, actually. And they are very secretive and initiated because it's such a niche product. And people rarely buy those. Like if I had not had the lockdown, I would probably not have invested in a 6-week course around womb meditation and psycho wisdom and more like beautiful archetypal inspirational work, deep ceremony. So we did that for 6 weeks, and I would never had invested in those things if it had not been locked down. And I actually got money from the government, which I just gave to the spiritual concepts mostly. So I don't normally spend much money on my clothing, just have my closet and I'm happy with it. And then I'm a little bit swapping around for every season, but just 1-2 pieces. And so I mostly felt like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna directly go to a sound healing course, and that's how because the government needed to help people a little bit out because of the lockdown. Lots of people had less money, so and I just invested it into this beautifulness and into the future because I can offer beautiful great like beautiful and sound baths that have been a little bit taught to me, and like I just have the course and I don't have the certificate, for example, because I never held the 5 sound baths, but it's fine. Like you can always use sound bowls. I just felt like learning more about it and like proper approach and a little background, so be pro. Which doesn't give certificates unless you do 5 sound baths, which is like a little bit strict, but it's German, so yeah. And then they were all about like high vibe oils, and I was like, what is a high vibe oil? Like just get a really I would say get a good quality oil that would be accurate, because that is the best smell and you work with the smell and not with the high vibe. So yeah, if it comes with a blessing, that's a different story, but yeah, you can find that. It's not too pricey. And then they only promoted the most beautiful bowls, which is so not spiritual. It's so not spiritual. It's just money making with something that is super niche. And like I have more fun not buying from those kind of priestesses with their priestesses shops, and just get to a local store and get a little drum like this one I found in my own city. And this is a Sonic Energy collection. It's just super tiny, but it makes very beautiful sound. I had him show me because I could not find anything. He did show me. So no, I don't know. I don't have sticks to play. Oh, they are here. I have one stick, that's right. Just found this on a random Wednesday in my very warm city. And then just for me it is more magic because I wanted something and then I got this little one. It's just 50 euros, but it makes beautiful sound, beautiful meditation mantra too. Could record a mantra video with it though. I will probably do that today because I feel like a little bit swapping around. I did make so many sound bath videos that I am a little bit want to swap around. So it's just like, for me, the sound is the sacredness. The intentional work with the sound, with the meditation, with the relaxation. I'm very analytical too. I'm not just buying any garbage. They are not telling me oils are holy, but they can tell me they are sacred and you can use them for deeper spiritual blessing work. And that makes them sacred for me. And you can obviously always tell me to go into nature, but you cannot just tell me that I need to think nature is holy. Like, yeah, it's holy. I'm not gonna sit there and pray to the tree. But I will go forest bathing. I will go on walks. I'm gonna do mindfulness meditation. I love just being in the forest, being relaxed and my senses calm and all of that. I love that, but just don't make this into a very weird, like they have a little bit of a superiority complex even. They they are suppressive. The way how they make you do breath work comes from above you and not eye level, which is a no-go. Teachers, they can be annoyed, but they are not above me because we have equal rights and all. So no. And like, yeah, some of my teachers, they don't even like my page, just the Reiki tribe basically. I just did want to connect because obviously I don't have every offering that I wanna bring to people, so I would have appreciated it that I could send them if they needed womb healing. That's a deep one-on-one session. They go with you into the energy work and they have lives surrounded with practice so they can hold that frequency for you. And I like that. But actually, I'm a little bit impatient with that work. So I'm with the Reiki, I'm much quicker. I have much quicker shifts. But I like womb meditation, womb healing sessions. I'm so interested. I'm not done with that path. I'm just saying the superficial superiority complex of the high priestess tribe, and they are a little bit, honorable sister of the Rose Venus lineage. I'm like, what is going on? Are we in Bridgerton now? And they, yeah, like just what people make out of simple meditation and Tao practices, which they mostly are. And then you can find many other beautiful tools. And so we think people, but I would always go with modest tribe. As for me, I don't resonate with the polishness in anything. I just want realness. I would much rather like would much rather like go in a forest and bless it on a Soe night, and then like have a shiny golden temple and sit there and be very serious and like wear old priestess gowns and from movies. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I don't know why they constantly believe they are part of a lineage just because they do breath work. Because, for example, Isis, like, yeah, I don't get it because that's old. That's really old. And like, yeah, and they're all like, oh, we have this maternal lineage with like secret wisdom, and like, what is the secret wisdom? And then they say, yeah, my mom was a strong woman and my dad didn't like it. And I was like, what's going on? What's secret about that? So obviously people have religious and embodiment practices that they probably have from their parents and their own family, but they're still not the Isis lineage. Like, that's just a little bit too celebratory for paganism. Like, it's not paganism, but it is weird, and it's all about money. And like, there are people who make lots of money with spiritual content. They're mostly about success and perseverance, which I understand, because if this is your way that helps you be more successful, it's a great investment. I would never buy courses for 2,000 euros about Taoism practices. Like, don't think I am shaming people who wanna invest that, because if they feel like this is pricey, it's for like for example, there is someone, like, what's her name again? She's a blonde American, very sparkly joy person. I am so bad with names sometimes because I'm already forgetting. I've seen so many online. She gives you prosperity tools, and she has a higher price because she already has very successful and happy clients. She does updates. She has really good online content. So her product is a little bit more, but for just breath work, you don't wanna do that. And people seem to a little bit mystify their own products. So they say you will like find the heaven on earth with just learning about the sacred masculine and sacred feminine. Like, I did not book with those kind of tribe because I knew they were lying, and still, yeah, people were a little bit mystifying their product because sometimes they didn't even know what it is actually that they are promoting. They just had creativity. And I would like very groundedly just tell people the positive effect on their life with my course, and then I would give them a nice price, um, and then if it goes in depth, I would like go with a long old lineage that holds me. So I would never do a sound healing course without like proper concept. Like my sound healer, she's a doctor in Munich. Um, she did that. She just gave us all the books, all the studies. She came with like big bullet points, PowerPoint, like was super professional. And then I did a voice healing course, which was also doing similar, but like a little bit more just her own favorite vocal expression tools, and how she lives her widely creative path. And then a little bit of inspiration coming from divine masculine, divine feminine, because it was just very trending at the time and people don't know it, and so it's interesting to learn. She also added like animal symbolism and nature connection, and she always did just a little invocation in the beginning, for the elements, and then we started, and it was an open space, and she had us share, which she did do greatly. So I just learned a little bit how to use my voice a little bit and how to express the wide. And then we did like, I think we did also do chakra sound. We had to have this in multiple courses because it's a favorite. I think I also like it a lot. It's so beautiful, and also with just the sound and notes. And on a notebook they get high, so it's a little bit natural to sound from low to high and high to low, and then just intentional work with the chakra and the whatever it stands for you right now, because they obviously can use different topics for chakra work. So it's all is all mystical and beautiful and deep work, and kind of you don't really understand sometimes how positive the effect is on your everyday life with spiritual routine. And but it's very understandable, approachable, and the teacher should hold you with information in that. Like, they are not supposed to throw into a mysterious pool of information that they don't teach you, and they don't make it understandable for yourself, and also tell you why you do what you do. So I really don't like this people who make up their own kind of things. That is, for me, not very relatable, and I don't feel well about it. And yeah, even if it's just light language, I love that they just tell people what is the light language, what is the inspiration with that. And then obviously they work with energies, and they might feel like there is a fairy in the sky and whatever. But that's already a little bit weird for me. So, but we're just going with the inspiration from the skies, from the universe. That's super understandable and relatable. Yeah, I love both. I love studying the lectures, the spirituality. I love the practice and the self-analysis and the flowiness and the ceremonial part and the dedication and the art that you also create. It's just bringing new topics, um, and like I'm not really expressing from my own journey or my own everyday. I feel like mostly with the nature, I want to write a little bit of songs, and like my favorite tunes, make them in little short repetitive mantras. Like I don't love drumming that much. It's just not my favorite flow. I like just mantras, circles, or like record it from my YouTube, do little videos. Like that has become now a little bit of my routine. Um, just creatively putting it together. And I was in the beginning, I was like, why am I need to do that? Because online is so exhausting, and I want to get paid for that kind of work, because I did do social media for other people sometimes. So I am like that. And then I became started to realize that this is like never ending creative pool for me. It's very refreshing and bringing me more alive. And then I really like, if I have a low day, if I'm tired, if I sit in the bathroom, just love looking back at an old meditation that I recorded, and then I have very good resonance. And then it's exactly my own inspiration, what I am currently a little bit sharing about, or what is my topic for the year or whatever. So I cannot get pulse Reiki meditation anywhere else, probably, um, except if I find someone who has the attunement. And then I could get a session. But like I am probably the only one who put this out right now, so I can have this impact back. And I forget a little bit about what I've shared, because just record it, I edit it, and it goes up there. And then yeah, it's fun to look back. It's fun to see what it was about, to see how the year has passed, and how different the mood is, and how topics shift and change, and how I've been a little bit getting more into the flow of professional content creation, rather than overthinking the product, and like how with the sharing on the social media platforms, it has definitely helped me feel a little bit more lighthearted about it all. So yeah, that's what I feel. Like, I've been a little bit concerned how and what to share and what is the right message. Like, it came from this analytical way, and then I just started to share meditations and little talks and little books. And then I felt like the moment I have recorded the creative inspiration, I felt like just I let this point in my creative journey flow, and it becomes a bigger stream, and there's just more to talk about and more to share. It is like a sunny little beautiful rainbow stream of inspiration and art and fun, but it is very grounded in also analyticalness. So I know why breath work is so healthy for me, or like for my mind too, because I know the studies, the teachers tell you, and I've heard it so often. So obviously, and I know why I love forest bathing. It's a little different than just standing in a forest. You kind of really sink into the meditativeness of the forest, and you connect even to the energy field if you want. If you do that work, work with your senses, they just get better and better. If you work with your, it's just also the Taoism teaches you to feel your body again, and you can also do the same with the hand on the tree and feel a connection and how the aliveness is pulsing in both of you. So, and that is a little bit mysterious, mystical. So the resonance, the depth, the emotionality of it is part of a mystery, because nobody really understands why this is so beautiful. But there is obviously brain connection, and there is like studies around forest bathing, and it is really showing like just the naturality of the environment is so helpful. So that I would always say that to my student, so they feel held in that experience and they know what it's about, as well as they just give in to the emotionality about it. So I don't like people having into this mysterious pool puddle and they don't know what they are swimming in. Just describe. And deep meditation, I would mention like maybe brain waves, like different brain waves with the sound, for example. There are different waves that they use to create meditation. Or like I would describe a little bit what is ceremonial space, what's the difference to prayer, what's the difference to meditation. So if I would ever do like a workshop around how to sit in ceremonial space, I would properly describe what it's actually all about, a little bit of differences so people know the concept, and then I would probably add a few traditions, a few books, and then go into the practice so they can learn that in 2 hours with me and find that inner space forever. So I really like people to understand what it's about. Like obviously if you go in Bali to a temple space, they would just do the practice because it's not a workshop. But so if it's just a blessing, if it's just a session, it's just a session. But you can always give them a workshop, a tool, a book, so they also have this beautiful spiritual analysis, this study time. And there is so much to understand and study. Like I just recently got this book about all love, and it has so much more in about my Seishim Reiki that I've never thought about and heard about. So I'm super excited to dive in, to learn more, to understand Liliba and understand what other people think about it too. So it's not like as if you cannot describe why prayer is so beautiful. Or like there are even very good books about manifesting, because people sometimes have great successes, but they really get in their life what they seek. I have a little bit of, I work more with the emotionality about it. So I sometimes get a little bit slow paced. Slow paced with my manifestation journey, but it's fine. Like I still like doing Pinterest boards. I still like and like thinking about it. For me personally, I know more about what is it that I need. Like I don't sit there and feel like, wow, I'm so depressed, I'm overwhelmed, or like for example, Advent season was always so much in my life because people go crazy, all the shopping, all the preparation, all the festiveness, all the alcohol too, and I always was so overwhelmed because the life just got more crazy in the city with all the advent markets and all. And then um and then I did learn to calm all of this down for me. Like I would buy my presents before the advent season even starts. I would not go into the city for shopping. So I learned to calm that down for me. And then I had more of what I want in this because I realized, wow, it's stressful. And then I learned what I want is just the hominess, the cuddliness, the candle, the cookies, the movie. So the lived experience rather than the alcohol, the Christmas market. Like I do like to go to the Christmas market for one or twice, maybe in this month period. So and then I kind of stay home. I know before Christmas because of the craziness, I counterbalance that with staying more inside, working, even do inner work. Um, and in that way, I found this nice Advent season. So I am never ever complaining again about this Advent craziness because I just pave my own path and I don't live the crazy. And it's not as if I would be hiding away, but it's just that I have a different experience because I don't need to go shopping at the time. I will not be ordering this much, except maybe for the Black Friday or in November, maybe sometimes, but not a lot. So yeah, I'm really and I manifested, or like, yeah, this experience in my life that I wanted, just this mindfulness and see being ready for the light to be reborn, like the sun cycle starts again on the 21st of December. So it's beautiful. And then I always have advent calendars. So for me, it's a very gift filled, festive, homey season where I will be baking. I do all the cozy things. I watch my movies, and then yeah, I had no idea that I can create this for me. And I like to do my Christmas food shopping way earlier, so I will not probably do that the day before Christmas. So I will have hopefully have 2 3 days earlier before the most people rush into the stores. Just get it not so stressful. Last year also ordered boxes. I had not a big grocery list for the stores, so I ordered a cooking box with such good food. I've been so happy about it. I'm really indulgently, deliciously at the very festiveness. And I hadn't really think about a lot because it's a very easy recipe. So that's also something that I do for Christmas. I prepare the food. Like I love having as much prepared as I can. So I don't need to be cooking on the Christmas day. Because it's a little bit more festive and also calm for me too. And it should be like Advent is a prayer for gratitude, it's about Jesus, it's about giving back, and it's about receiving also. Receiving for me. It's a little celebratoriness before Christmas to connect to me and also the girl in me. Like I've always obviously had the Christmas tradition, And I always liked it as a kid, and then I hated it as a student in the city. Hmm. And then I had to learn what I actually need rather than being exploited. Ex, just rather than being annoyed. Rather than being annoyed. It did take the manifesting practice for it, so for me to understand that what I want for this for Christmas overall is just this cozy home retreat to the home, taking time, seeing loved ones, getting a tree, making a candle, preparing cookies, having nice festive days. Like I like to celebrate the 24th, 25th, and the 26th, just as it is a little bit tradition in my country. And then there's this super lazy long phase of journaling and manifesting and gratitude list. So it did became definitely a time of inner no pressure work. And it's my yearly routine, and before New Year's Eve I will probably have a little bit of plans for the next year. So what I want to do, what would build a focus to. Sometimes you can give a mantra to the year, you can give a theme to a year, or a few themes, and there's always great journaling advice that you can find on newsletters on Instagram. So I learned to know myself. I just knew what I don't like for a long time in my life. And then even with the coaching, they always ask you, what do you want? What is your step? What do you want to work about? What could be your tools? And then I was like, boy, how would I ever know? And then, but it did not stop. That question in my head, it did not stop. And then I slowly, over time, learned about manifesting. Danielle Laporte has books about it that does describe the emotionality and like how you break down, because with the manifesting it is true that sometimes you want to manifest something for an emotional experience that is not what you think it is. Like I might maybe want a fab new car because I want to drive fast, and then I might get the fab new car, but I will be in a surrounding where I really cannot drive fast, or I might notice that I I'm a little bit scared about driving fast. So, and then the emotionality is just maybe freedom. So you can have this experience just with connecting to the theme of freedom. Make a month with journaling prompts around freedom or whatever. You can find maybe an app that supports you on with ideas too, or Google it on Pinterest or whatever. Find prompts, find ideas, and so I might manifest a car, and it turns out I'm actually too scared with my own self to drive fast, and I will not be feeling free with that, because I don't trust the car, it's too big, to whatever, and it's not the experience I wanted. So I did not really want the car. I really wanted just the freedom of the fast movement that did scare me on my own. So I could just also for that experience drive with somebody else who is a very good and confident driver, and do that. Or if you like, you can go to like this parks and drive with funny things that throw you around, and you might also feel more safe. So maybe you don't like the speed, like in as a driver, but you can have other ideas how you can have the experience. And so that's why I don't always like to work with the things around, because the things they come and go, but uh, the experience I want I can create, and that is what is the most important step. And then everything else is like sugar on the cake, like, you know. And that's a little bit what Danielle Laporte describes so beautifully and very understandable. And like, yeah, a good manifestation code will not say this 100% gonna work, but they would teach you how to work around it, how you can help yourself, also find your own, like, that's a good practice. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not very good at doing manifestation things, but I like doing that for the new year. Just making a list, a mantra, collages, and then I sometimes have big collages that come every 5 years or so, where I will like have proper future vision board, so that stays with me for a longer time. But these ones I usually do put on cardboard, and the other ones I have on my Pinterest, or sometimes I like to print a few stickers, especially if I have a big flat that looks too empty, it's getting crowded. So yeah, that's my way of doing these things. Just mindfully approaching emotional space, basically. That's what I like to do. That's what I think is good in this workshop field too. And so also, if you feel attracted by a product, course, or event, you might be disappointed if you don't check the overall teacher, because they spark a vibe, they bring joy, they like to boost their offerings, and then what they are offering is not really coming from that place. So they are a little bit hyping the products. They are not really telling you what you will be learning. It's a little bit mystical too. But that's not a great investment. Those are not courses you're gonna need or you can offer to other people, except for a few practices. So it's just a little bit unprofessional and unhelped. So that's what I wanted to say, because I feel better having this said and on my video, so people know and learn also from my own experience. And it did take me a little while to feel good with few of those concepts, because they've been explained to me in a very weird way. They felt so rude that I didn't want to work around them. But then it kept calling me, like the womb work and all. And they were so mystifying the womb and the spin. It was so weird, and I just liked it, but also felt very unprofessional around it. And then I had to read a little bit more and do other courses to find my own way of working around these topics. And for the workshop, I want to give the analysis as well as the practice. So it's probably not 50-50. I probably would say 25 analysis and then practice. That is what feels the best. Then give the feedback, then talk to the clients, and yeah, that's what I think is more fun to work around, my opinion. Okay, guys, thanks for listening to me again. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.